Hi guys, good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Today's post, I'm going to be doing the fabric tag video. The fabric tag video is something that Lisa, Emerita and Running and Style came up with, and they just opened it up to anybody who wanted to answer these 12 questions about fabric. And if there's one thing I love talking about, it's fabric. So let's get to it then.
What is your favorite fabric to work with?
Linen. Without a doubt, I love working with linen. It is so crisp and clean, and the joy of putting a hot, steamy iron to a linen seam and watching it respond so beautifully is it is something to behold. And so it's one of my absolute favorite fabrics to work with.
What is your least favorite fabric to work with?
Polar fleece. I like polar fleece because it has got all of the qualities of wool in that it is warm, but it's not quite a diva to look after. But it does generate a lot of static electricity, which means that it accumulates a lot of lint and dust, and so I don't like that about it. I also don't like the fact that it's quite bulky, which makes it quite difficult when you're sewing it through an overlocker, especially where seams are intersecting and you've got 4 layers. That makes it a bit tricky. And what else don't I like about it? Low quality polar fleece tends to pill a lot, which is something that I don't like. So polar fleece is my least favorite fabric to work with.
What is your favorite fabric to wear?
My favorite fabric to wear is linen again. Well, okay, well, I'm just gonna wax lyrical about linen here. Okay, so number one, linen has been around for like forever. We know from records that 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians, and I'm going to show you my little Egyptian dolls here because I love these dolls so much. This is Nefertiti and this is Amun-Ra. But the Egyptians have been making linen since over 4,000 years ago. And you know the fabric that they use for the mummies in the pyramids and for embalming the pharaohs? That's linen. And I love knowing the fact that my linen dresses, my linen shirts will still be around 4,000 years from now because of that, you know, the historical significance that linen has. Fun fact about linen actually, did you know that linen is one of the very rare fabrics that is actually stronger when it's wet, which is why it was used for sailing. And so there are just so many advantages to wearing linen. I love that it's natural fibers. So yeah, linen is my favorite fabric to wear. I wish it was summer all around, basically.
Okay. What is your least favorite fabric to wear?
That's a tricky question because I tend to choose fabrics that I do like to wear, and if I make something with fabric that I don't like, I tend to just get rid of it. Right, but if I had to pick one, it would have to be quilting cotton, and it's basically not because it's uncomfortable on me or anything like that, but the first time I sewed with quilting cotton, I didn't realize the fact that it doesn't have as much give as other fabrics, so I didn't account for that, and it felt, when I was wearing the shirt that I made, it felt like I had a belt around my chest because it just had no give at all on the grain. But in future, you know, I have used some quilting cotton since then, but I've just always made sure that I had enough ease. So I guess the closest approximation of an answer to that question would be quilting cotton if I haven't allocated enough ease to the garment.
What is your favorite texture to work with?
My favorite texture, let me show you. Sorry. My favorite texture to work with is it's something new that I've just come across recently, which is called Quilted Jersey or Quilted Ponte or clock fabric, but it's very similar to this fabric here, and it's like a jersey fabric with a decent amount of recovery, and I think the composition is viscose and spandex, so I love the bubbly texture that it has. So yeah, that's my favorite sewing texture.
What is your favorite print?
Oh, I'm very excited to show you this one. Now, this print that I'm going to show you is something that I'm making for my Swap 2017 wardrobe. So I've already cut it out, but the skirt part is like a dindle. So let me just show you. It's an Alexander Henry print, and it's from the Folklorico range, I think. It's a quilting cotton, but I love this print. The first time I saw it, I just fell in love with it, and it was online. I love this print. The first time I saw it was online, and I ordered it. And it was one of those very rare cases where you order something because you think it's going to be great, but then when you receive it and you unfold it and you lay it out, you realize that it is not just great, it's not excellent, it's not outstanding, it is beyond fantabulous. Like, you never expected that it would be as fantastic as it turned out to be. So that's how I feel about this particular print. So I immediately went back and I ordered some more of it. So here we go. It's a Frida Kahlo print, and it's got these flowers and hearts and birds, and it's called Frida y Caterina, and I just love this. And it's got the skulls, and the Frida motif is actually really quite large. It's almost about 30 centimeters large, and I really you see the Frida motif there, and I love this dress. So I have already cut out the bodice of the Anna by hand London Anna maxi dress, and it's going to have this as the skirt portion. So this is my favorite print.
What's your favorite color palette?
My favorite color palette at the moment that I am incredibly focused on is the color palette that I'm working on for my Swap 2017 wardrobe, and it's a very bright and bold color palette. So it's a shocking pink, emerald green, bright red, bright orange, and the neutrals are navy blue and white. I'll insert a picture to show you the color palette.
What is your least favorite color palette?
Oh, I really don't like brown, beige, cream, neutrals. I don't like I really don't like browns, beiges, and creams. Yeah, I think you can, yeah, it's very difficult for me to say which isn't, but I just have specific colors that I'm not particularly drawn to. But I generally am quite open to experimenting with different color palettes.
Maybe you should say it doesn't complement your skin tone, do you?
No, I don't like to measure my skin tone.
Okay then.
Next question?
What is your favorite fiber content to work with?
Okay. I have to confess that I have never considered fiber content when buying fabric. I'm not even sure what fiber content is. I mean, I just sort of assume if something is saying it's a quilting cotton, it's cotton. Or if it says if it's linen, it's linen. So I don't know how to...
Educate me down below.
Yeah, educate me down below.
Not like that. Say that again. What? Educate me down below. Talking about fiber content.
Okay. Alright. Yes. So I can't say that fiber content is something that I have ever thought about, and I almost always more look at the print or the colors if they're more attractive for me. And maybe one day as I become an artisan, maybe one day as my skill develops and I become like really high level, I might start thinking about fiber content. But I honestly can't answer that, except to say that I like working with things like linen and double gauze and cotton lawn.
Okay, what was the first fabric you worked with?
Okay, so I made curtains before I started making a garment. So curtaining fabric.
What is your ultimate fabric goal to work with?
I'd love to work with silk jersey. So Bird Style magazine have a lot of garments that they photograph using silk jersey, and it looks incredibly beautiful and luscious, but each time I've looked it up online, I can only find it, the cheapest place I can find it is something like £109 per meter for silk jersey. And well, yeah, I'm not going to pay that much for fabric basically, but that would be a dream fabric for me to work with, silk jersey.
What is your ultimate fabric, ultimate garment to construct with your favorite fabric?
Oh, okay. I can't just pick one item. So when I read this question, I immediately thought of looking through my Pinterest boards where I seek inspiration and where I put things that I would love to make one day, my dream makes, so to speak, and I honestly couldn't pick one. So I'm just going to show you a random selection of some pictures of some of the items that I would love to make, and those are some of my dream makes.
Okay, that's 12 questions.
Okay, so that's it guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed my fabric tag. I'm sorry that I couldn't answer some of the questions, but clearly I need to go and educate myself on things like fiber content. But yes, watching. I hope you enjoyed it. So give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't already, then please subscribe for sewing related videos every week. Until I see you next time, happy sewing. Bye. Oh.
You want me to, you're going to do an intro thing?
Hi guys, so today's post I am going to be doing the fabric tag, which is a brilliant tag that